Nah. Do you really think storage is going to be a big problem out of the start of next generation? Nah, you're good. I really don't see the storage being a problem from the start of the generation. But as we go on later, I could see it being a big problem. But anyway, let's get this video started. Catch 'em all. So, one of the big letdowns out of the next generation of consoles is the amount of storage that you're going to have. Now, I made a video yesterday talking about each of the three consoles that have now got confirmed of the total amount of storage that each individual one is going to have. The Xbox Series S is only going to have 364 gigabytes, which I think that's probably the worst, the worst mistake that Microsoft has made. They should have at least put a terabyte in the Xbox Series S and still call it a day. But this could be possibly the reason why the Xbox Series S is really, really affordable. And honestly, it's going to sell consoles like crazy because of it being really affordable. But the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, with the storage that it has, the PS5 and PS5 Digital Edition both have a total of 667 gigabytes, which I think that's barely enough to basically start out for. And the Xbox Series X has a total of 802 gigabytes. So if you want the best, if you don't want to pay the extra money on storage, and your main focus is to play third-party games such as Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed and all that normally comes on every single platform usually, then you're going to want to go with the Xbox Series X. I almost said Xbox One X, but thank goodness I said the Xbox Series X. So the Series X is probably going to be your best choice because you're basically getting almost 150 gigs extra than over the PlayStation 5. But the PlayStation 5 is still really, really decent, especially when it comes to storage, and it's definitely 2 times better than the Xbox Series S. Now, the Xbox Series S, like I mentioned, is probably the worst choice. That if you want a decent amount of storage, it's the worst choice that you could honestly have. I honestly much rather pay the extra $200 just so that way I can have anywhere close to a 1 terabyte of storage on either PS5 or the Series X. But, everybody's actually making it a big deal about storage, and honestly, I do get why they're making it a big deal, and honestly, Microsoft and Sony should have honestly put more storage to begin with, like say something like maybe a 2 terabyte or possibly a terabyte and a half or something like that. Like, that's what they should have done from the start. But if you want the decent amount of storage that's going to last you at least a little while, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X is literally going to be your best choice, especially the Xbox Series X, because you get another additional 150 gigabytes. But is it really a big deal at all? Is storage really a big deal from the start of the next generation consoles? No. I personally don't see it being that much of a big deal like everybody is making it out to be. Because here's what you also got to look at. There's not going to be very many games on next generation of consoles, at least right now from the start. You are literally only going to have Cyberpunk 2077, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Borderlands 3, and then on the PlayStation 5 side of things, you will have Spider-Man Miles Morales and Demon's Souls Remake. Those are the only games that are going to be available across all platforms. Well, and besides like games like Madden 21 and FIFA 21 and all of that good stuff. But with the amount of storage that you're getting from the start, I honestly really don't see it being a big deal as a lot of people are making it out to be. Now, for the average consumer, it's really not going to affect them at all because they're mostly only going to get like 2 or 3 games, most likely, from the start of this next generation coming up. And honestly, I honestly think is when the time next year, next fall hits, is what I'm meant to say, when we get the second Call of Duty on the PS5 and Series X consoles and Grand Theft Auto 5, the expanded and enhanced edition, then you definitely are going to want more space by then. But from right now, as next week comes and we get the new systems, but from the start of the generation, I really don't see it being a big deal because you're really only going to have a couple of games from the start. You're not going to have that many. And besides, with current generation games, the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, you can basically just plug in your external hard drives into your PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, or Xbox Series X is what I meant to say, your PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X, and you can just play the games that you currently have installed on there directly from your external hard drive. Now, you will not get the enhancements and the faster loading times, but you will be still able to basically play the games that you already have installed, so you don't have to worry about reinstalling them. And like I said, you're probably only going to have a few games from the start of the generation. When next fall hits, when we got bigger games like GTA 5's Remaster Edition and the next Call of Duty after this one, then are going to have to talk about some extra storage, because then you are definitely going to be full. But for right now, I just don't see it really being a big deal from the start of this generation. I just don't. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys could, please hit a like if you enjoy this content. Subscribe for those of you that are new to the channel, and we will be sure to keep you guys posted with more gaming content in the future. And also, send me down in the comment section down below if you really think that storage is appealing to you, or if you honestly think that storage is not really that much of a big deal from the beginning of this generation coming up with just the only few games that we are going to have. But anywho, this is Infernal Shard 1 for the win, signing out. Hit a like, comment down below, and subscribe for those of you that are new, and we will be sure to keep you guys posted on the next video. Peace out.